Children, they're our pride and joy, our life and our spirit. But even in a caring community like Dubuque, there are some children who need help, who need the basics of education, safety, community. Empower Dubuque is an organization aiming to provide that foundation, a foundation that we believe every child deserves. To accomplish our mission, we've developed 5 goals focused on improving the health and well-being of our children. It will take a community effort to put this vision in place, an effort that will mold our children into the future citizens of Dubuque.
One of the goals is to have children healthy when they start school. And in order for them to be healthy, we've got to start with their health situation, even at a prenatal stage.
The first and most important thing, I think, is to make sure that they receive adequate prenatal care. Get to the doctor early as soon as they find out they're pregnant, and after the baby's born, making sure that the well child checkups are scheduled and followed through with, making sure the immunization schedule is on time and the child is completely immunized by the age of 2.
Okay, good job, all done.
We would like to see all kids getting consistent health care wherever it is that they choose to get their health care. Empower Dubuque is very much concerned with the fact that children arrive at school healthy and ready to learn, and that all children within our community are as healthy as they possibly can be.
We as a society have to come to understand that education starts before age 5.
Carlin was afraid of everything.
We have to understand that thoroughly and be convinced that by the time age 5, a child's brain is already 80% developed. So we've got to appreciate and then go about addressing this situation of early childhood education, and it starts really at age 0, not at age 5.
Look, it's Tammy. Hello. Hi, Jacob. Hi, Katie.
Parents as Teachers is a national program. It's a nationally accredited and accepted program, and it's available for every family in this community.
PAT is a program where parent educators are trained and then go out and visit children in their homes and helps every parent and every kid that's involved in the program to reach their potential and know exactly what it is they need to do to make sure that that kid's going to turn out great.
The learning opportunities from 0 to 5 I have seen firsthand from my daughter, and not only did she enjoy going, but they also did so many things for her that prepared her to learn when she was in kindergarten and 1st grade. For example, there were a lot of things that I never would have thought of, like they had a lot of little processes where, you know, they'd use a pegboard, so they'd use their thumb and their first finger a lot, and what the teachers were doing was preparing her to grasp a pencil correctly. She's picked up every single concept that they've put in front of her, and I think a lot of it had to do with that great preschool education that she got, and all these things that I wasn't even aware of as a parent.
Safe and supporting community is one of the 5 outcomes that we believe, empowerment believes, is an essential ingredient to having children by age 5 in a position to be able to succeed in school and become a contributing member of our society later on in life. Part of that is a nurturing and an understanding and committed community. So it's a responsibility of the community to provide a nurturing environment in support of every child in the community.
First, the child needs to feel secure and loved. So They need to know when they come into my classroom or when they're in their home that their basic needs will be met. You develop a sense of community. Children need lots of experiences with supportive communities. It gives them a feeling of stability and happiness, I think, to know that they can be involved in different communities and be supported.
Empower Dubuque is asking every parent and citizen to become involved in the upbringing of our children. We want to create safe and secure neighborhoods where kids aren't afraid to play. We also need the active support of our business community to help ensure our children are growing up in the best possible environment.
People don't really want to talk about it in their own community, but there is child abuse that happens. There is drug abuse that happens. There's alcohol abuse. And all of those things contribute to an unsafe environment.
Empower Dubuque wants parents to know that there are places in the community they can turn to for support. By informing and educating parents, not only can they make homes safer, but also families more secure.
Iowa rates number 2 in the nation where both parents work outside the home. That is a tremendous statistic, and what it reflects is a tremendous need for a safe and nurturing outside the home child care environment. And it's not just simply a place to put a child and not have a nurturing developmental environment for that child in either the family center, a daycare center, or a for-profit child care center. We have to have these centers that are providing developmental and nurturing environments.
The importance of a strong and stable child care environment is something parents inherently know and look for. When you can't be with your child, you want to know they're safe, nurtured, and cared for. Empower Dubuque not only wants high-quality child care, but access for all parents.
As a child is growing up, he needs to have somebody in his life. And often, unfortunately, that is not a parent. It might be an aunt, it might be another family member, it might be a neighbor, it might be somebody at school, or it might be the daycare provider. But it's always necessary to have somebody in a child's life.
Empowerment Dubuque can really fill a niche for a lot of the people in our community by educating them on what's out there for their kids and what's available. And it's great to have that kind of an organization that will be a resource for the people in our community.
Empower Dubuque is here to assist every family, but it will take the help and support of the community to raise today's children, our children. Our leaders of tomorrow will be children with a quality foundation. We would like that to be every child.